Faith, Belief in Action. Randy Ollis is finding people who are guided by their faith from all religions, denominations, and walks of life, and sharing their stories with you. From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is Finding Faith.
Welcome to the Finding Faith Podcast. I'm Randy Ollis, and on this episode, a rabbi, a Muslim comic, and reverend all walked into a comedy show. It's not a joke. Bob Alper, ordained rabbi, and Reverend Susan Sparks, Baptist minister, joined me to discuss their upcoming Laugh in Peace comedy show. What is this Laugh in Peace comedy tour all about, and how did you guys come up with this?
I guess I began the whole thing I started doing stand-up in 2001. 2002, I had a manager, and she suggested I do a show with a Muslim comic. And I said, do you have any other ideas? I wasn't interested in doing a dual show. It wasn't the Jewish Muslim thing. It was just with another comic. But she found a guy in L.A. We swapped videotapes across the country, and we tried it out, and it really, really worked. And then to our great benefit, a few years later, I got an email from a woman named Susan Sparks, and she'll tell you how she
Go ahead, Susan. Tell us, how did you get involved here?
Well, I was in seminary at the time trying to be a stand-up comedian and a minister, which, as you can imagine, that combo wasn't working out so well. So I was scanning around, who else is in this world of humor and comedy? And lo and behold, who did I find? Bob. And so I went to see him in a show in Jersey, and we hit it off. And the next thing you know, he's invited me to open for him, and the rest is history. And we have all, Bob and Gibran and myself are all just very close friends, and as well as being comedy partners that get to travel together and do this wonderful show.
So when you do the show, I mean, how do you go about it? Are you afraid that some people might be offended by this? What's the purpose in doing this? Is it to kind of unite the different faiths out there?
Comedy is it's always tag team. It's not, unless you're a straight man, funny man like Martin and Lewis or Abbott and Costello. It's always individual performances. So we each do our bit, and then at the end we get together on stage, do Q&A, and tell some road stories. So people love it because, first of all, we don't mock each other. We don't compete with each other. We're just a bunch of group of friends who are very funny in our own right with our unique perspective. And we share that how comedy brought us together, and how when you laugh together, you can't hate one another. It's impossible. Yeah. And we see that.
That's right.
You're not laughing at each other. You're laughing with each other. There's a big difference right there. So. Exactly.
I mean, and you've got a Baptist and a rabbi and a Muslim, which, in this day and age, see, these three, the visual just itself on stage together, let alone us finding ways to bond over laughter and commonalities that we all share, I think is so important.
Yeah. Well, what would you guys say? What do you hope the audience gains from your efforts working together? What do you hope they take away from it during your comedy tour?
I hope people who have never seen a funny rabbi or a funny Muslim or a funny minister will be disabused of their preconceptions. Then they'll go away saying, we all can be funny, and even people from a very different background can make me laugh, and that's a bonding experience.
Yeah. I think you guys could probably use a weatherman in your routine too. I'm a weatherman at the station, so I'd fit right in with you guys. Oh, that's really great. Yeah.
I'm the Christian chick MC in the beginning, so I get up and start things off, and it's wonderful to see just the incredible diverse audiences that we draw in. But if I do my job right, in the first few moments, then they're all laughing together, which means their lives, however diverse, are crossing over, and there's something in common in that moment.
I assume your comedy is clean. Can you bring family members to it, the kids and everybody?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole thing is about us lifting each other up. And most of our comedy, while it comes out of our different places in life, I mean, I talk about being a Southerner living in New York City, and Bob talks about his experiences as a rabbi and a comedian, and Gibran talks about his as a young comedian on the road. It's all about, our life experiences, things about our families, things that you might see on the bus or the subway or in traffic that we all share, but coming out of our own wonderful life experiences.
Wow, that's great. Rabbi Bob and Reverend Susan, I appreciate you taking time with us here on our Finding Faith segment. I wish you the best, and I think I would really enjoy your act there and the comedy that you have, but you still need to get a weatherman in there someday.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. I'm Randy Ollis. Thanks for joining me in the Finding Faith podcast. Join me again next time as I share more stories of people who are guided by their faith. If this podcast has touched you, I hope you'll share it with a friend. If you have a story you want to share, go to lifestylelive.tv and click on the contact button.
This is Finding Faith with Randy Ollis. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast, and be sure to check out other great podcasts on the All Indiana Podcast Network online at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.